Guys, welcome back to Let's Play Chrono Trigger. Last time we made it to the Village of Magic and finally made it back to 1000 AD. This time, they're coming through a good chunk of this cave with the save point. And I decided to switch things up just a little bit. Chrono's got the bandana for some added speed. We've got speed belt here on Luca and the magic scarf on Marley. Main point here, we're trying to get these two to have around the same speed, so that's why I made the choices that I did there. With that being said, hello, death to the Mystic's enemies. I think I'm mostly over this illness. My voice seems to be back to where it used to be. Lightning! And let's throw Antipode, or Antipod, or can't remember what they translated it to exactly on the DS version, but either way, always love this skill. Just does so much damage from the time you get it that it dwarfs everything else. It's really, really cool. Now, this guy, I'll show you here real quick. You don't want to physically attack him. He's got a number of attacks. Most of them are water-based. Now, you could have brought Robo along here as well, but I like having the two girls around because they can deal the most damage together. And oddly enough, yeah, when he says go ahead and try an attack, and he assumes that pose, he is in counter mode. This game loves to have enemies that are counterattack based and have specific poses for counterattack points. You know what? I can just make a normal tonic there. I can't do anything else right now anyway. So basically, as soon as he does this, if you attack him with either magic or anything else, then he will counterattack and he does a bunch of damage. He has a water cyclone attack that's single targeting. He's got a water wave attack that's multi-targeting. He's got a yes indeed attack that I would like to show off just because I find it funny. But yeah, the water cyclone, that's kind of his primary source of damage, as you can see. If it turns out that I need Chrono, yeah, there we go. Yes indeed! I don't know why, I've just always had like this idea in my head that there's just a weird kind of delivery of that line as he's coming in for an attack. I have no idea why. Go ahead and try an attack. Okay, if I ever need to, I can pull Marley off of attack detail and move her over and use Aura Whirl if we need to, you know, heal everybody all at once. That's entirely possible there. But yeah, Chrono's basically sitting on the sideline, popping tonics and mid-tonics if need be. And yeah, he doesn't do any of the heavy lifting in this fight. He can throw in a lightning spell when he gets around to it, if he has time. But if he needs to do any healing, we make sure that he does that, since the other two are doing the majority of the damage. And we have plenty of mid-tonics, so I have no qualms about wasting them here. Hey, 250 experience. 10 deck points. Got a level up. Awesome. If only the great Magus who brought forth Lavos 400 years ago had destroyed the human race, the world would have belonged to us mystics. Now, they add this line here, and he has an awesome sprite, by the way. But they add the line here in case you didn't talk to anybody in town, specifically the people that were worshipping the statue of Magus in the town square, because it allows us to get this additional information. So even if you don't go out of your way to talk to all of the NPCs like I do, a lot of the base storyline and backstory and all that, it's still explained anyway. It's just not gone into as much detail if you don't seek it out. It's not that, you know, you completely miss out on things if you don't talk to NPCs. Though, considering how good the NPCs are in this game in terms of delivering information that we will eventually need later on, I would highly recommend talking to them all anyway. But yeah, the destroyer of this planet's future was apparently created by Magus. So yeah, if we take him out, we can change history. And use the gate at the fairgrounds. Well, Melchior had said that this was a shortcut, but there's nothing really here. You go up here, you don't even need to press a button. Jump in! This doesn't seem like a shortcut. Now, if you remember, I stood on a few of these points. It was between those trees and those trees. I couldn't remember which one it was earlier in the game. Just to show you that there was no vortex point here beforehand. And if you ever feel like it, you can press the A button here and you can jump back into the whirlpool. However, you remember, someone actually said, one of the NPCs, that sometimes a vortex or whirlpool or something appears in the water around the Truce area or around something. And it's just really nice. You get this little detail that tells you, oh, that might actually happen. It's not like what you tend to see these days where they'll tell you a whole ton of things that don't actually matter and nothing happens of it. Here's what we earned today. You're so thoughtful. And we do need to watch that little cutscene in order for him to spawn down here. And you're just in time. You got one Tabin Vest. Finest work and the ultimate in defense for your daughter. He will have 2 additional pieces of equipment throughout the rest of the game that will be Luca-only pieces of equipment. You do not need Luca in your party in order to pick any of these up. He will give them to you regardless. I will demonstrate that next time around, but yeah. One of Luca's biggest failings is the fact that she has relatively low speed. And by relatively, I think there's only one character that's worse, and that's Robo. So giving her armor like this that defaults to having speed just pretty much makes up for one of her big downfalls and allows her to be really useful at this point in the game. Very nice to get that. It's also better armor than she had before. So yeah, we're going to take that. All right, what else can we do? Oh yeah, didn't we save somebody? Yeah, Fritz. I owe you one. You saved my skin back there. Up the creek, without a paddle, I'm sure. Went off on a buying trip and ended up jailed with a bunch of thieves. Officials plan to execute me without a trial. What's gotten into that? Forever in your debt. Hope my dad never hears about this. Got 10 mid-ethers. Ooh. Huh? Hey. Oh, crap. Busted. Working hard? No. Probably not. Well, alright. I am in your debt. Well, your debt's kind of been paid behind your back. I'll take it. It's all good. Down to business. Buy whatever you like. They have upgraded their equipment since the last time we were here. They now have the same stuff that we could get from Melchior, so there's that if you want. But yeah, it takes a few seconds to save him, but, you know, you're able to, you know, grab all that stuff anyway. Or get some nice rewards from him just for saving the guy. You had me so worried. I heard you were to be executed. Yeah, that's kind of what the plan was. I kind of went into the future by 1,300 years, and you'll never imagine what I saw while I was there. But, you know, I'm back now. No one can believe a word that this party says. Stop scaring me like that. Well, we get a short little cutscene there, and as I said earlier in the game, you ever bring a new party member to meet your mom, you get a little scene. Hey, it's Luca. We hardly see you these days. I've been kinda busy, you know, saving the world and all. Don't let life pass you by, dear. Say hi to your parents. Now, wonder what you're gonna have to say when I introduce you to a giant robot. Goodness! Luca, is this one of your inventions? Greetings, I am Robo. Chrono is my friend. My, how polite. Strange looking, but well behaved. Chrono, you could learn a thing or two. I love this game. Oh, jeez. Anyway, first things first, before going to the fairgrounds, in order for those little pillars of light to show up in the end of time, we need to visit the warp points once again now that we have access to the end of time. You'll notice that last time we went through them, or the last few times I've gone through them, we've ended up in the end of time instead of going directly from A to B. Well, now that we know where the end of time is, all points lead here. So if we ever want to go back, they alternate. So, you know, we spawn two new ones. This is the one that came from the point that originally led us over to Banger Dome in the first place. So now both of them are here and they're opposite each other in the space there. So now we can go back to Guardia Forest, and I don't think there's anything else we can do at the moment. So I will meet you over by the fair. Okay, we're back. Yeah, that the one that we just went to in Guardia Forest, that one I forgot most of my playthroughs. There's only one time where you'd ever really need to go back to that one, and that's for access on this end to the future, Banger Dome. But for whatever reason, I always forget to go back there, or at least I did when I was a kid. Here, we had Leon Square, and we have Truce Canyon. So now we can go to Truce Canyon. Now, there's one other thing I would like to show. You talk to this guy. Come see me anytime. Think of me as your guide. He will have different things or different pieces of information to offer you at various points in time. So anytime you're curious about what you're supposed to do next, come back here and talk to him. He also just gives little tidbits of information, which are also nice. Now, Specchio will change his form depending on your lead character's level. I believe I mentioned that before. The next point that he switches, I believe, is at level 20, and since we can't change our lead character, that will be Chrono. So we want to keep him under level, or well, we've already beaten him at this stage, so once we get to level 20, we'll be able to face a new form. Usually when you get to level 20, or you know, the next level, the lower end is usually at a point where it's really difficult to beat Specchio, and the higher end, it gets easier, of course, as you are gaining levels. So we'll probably give her a try in and around, I don't know, maybe level 26 or level 27 or something like that. Now, here, there's a speedrun tech that allows you to skip this battle. I don't know how to do it, but it involves pause buffering and yeah. Every time I watch it, I was like, you guys are ridiculous. How does anyone find this stuff? But anyway, you do have to fight an enemy if you don't know that tech going through here regardless. And we do go through this area. You know, if you're going back up, you'll end up fighting the enemy. I think it's a Rolly and an Imp at that spot instead. But each way you go, you do have to fight an enemy here. It's one of the few spots where they do force you into an enemy encounter. It's this one, right? Yeah. Almost completed the bell when Magus's army wounded our king. Lost the will to work once again. Hope this bell will ring in a new world of peace. Yeah, someone had mentioned in the comments, I forgot to point this out, that Banta is this guy's name, is actually an anagram for Tabin. So, you know, there you go. There's further evidence that, yes, indeed, it's supposed to be, you know, the ancestors of Luca there. And that's why I came in here. I wanted to grab a pile of revives, just up to 10. I shouldn't need that many anyway, but just on the off chance. Does anybody else say anything about the war right now? Magus's army's at the bridge. We're in trouble. Wearing the hero medal, the chosen one has appeared. We're saved. Interesting. And here's the inn. There's always more information here. The legendary hero has appeared. Went to see the king. Now Magus's army doesn't have a chance. Heard Magus's army has taken the bridge. King has been wounded. So there's two different ideas at play right now. This legendary hero seems to have appeared, and the king seems to have been injured. Now, I'm holding down. You cannot actually proceed on Zen Bridge at this point. Food supplies have run out. Rations have run out. Have supplies from Guardia Castle arrived yet? Cannot defeat Magus' army by ourselves. Our only hope is the hero. Forming a protective ring around the hero, the best knights of the kingdom kicked off the offensive. Turns out he's our only hope. He's Obi-Wan. May yet emerge victorious. I don't know. Now, if I recall correctly, you do have to talk to him in order to trigger subsequent events. I'm not 100% sure on that, but I remember as a kid I couldn't proceed or something like that. I wonder if anything's changed in here. I never check here afterward. I didn't go in very far, but not that I noticed. Don't forget your free shelter. There we go. And back up to the castle here. Halt! Who goes there? Oh, it's you again. Well, that was, you know, a thing. What's up here? Legendary hero has finally appeared. He arrived just a moment ago to meet the king. Well, we should probably go talk to the king. They said he was injured on the battlefield. I guess he's kind of a warrior king. He doesn't sit on his ass and do nothing. King fought bravely against Magus' troops. Had he not heard of the arrival of the hero, he might have fought to the death. So ashamed. Treated him badly, thinking he was just some brat. Luckily, he forgave me. A hero he is. Okay. Oh, will she now? Cyrus must have sent the boy to us. Okay. Let down your kingdom, huh? Cannot locate Cyrus. Our sole hope rests on the boy who has the hero medal. He searches the southern continent for the sword that can defeat Magus. Okay. Well, we should probably go and see what's going on with that there. I'm sure she has. Yeah, if I ever just start randomly singing the music from this game, forgive me, but it's probably going to happen more than once. There's nobody up here. Why am I up here? I went the wrong way. I know what I'm doing. I was supposed to go up the, or I guess down the other side of the tower in the basement, not up the tower. I know what I'm doing. Alright. Chefs in a SNES trying to get food to the front lines while keeping the king healthy. Okay, a SNES, huh? Well, let's get some food for ourselves, too. Sorry, I don't have time. Hey! No food! You can still sleep on the other side if you're so inclined. Got to nurse the king back to good health. Chef, hurry with the food that goes to Zen Bridge. Hey you, is this food good enough for the king? I don't know. What, my brother? He's... That's what you get for thinking you're the only ones fighting for your country. Hey, stop bickering. Grow up. Pipe down. What do you know? Well, that's the other trigger. You have to talk to the brother, and then you have to talk to the chef. Or I guess technically the knight captain and then the chef. They're brothers. Take this with you. Got one jerky. Now, as far as I understand it, this is the same jerky as the one you can buy in 1000 AD from the snail stop down in Poor Village. And this is for you guys. Take it with you. Got a power tab. And tell that fool he better come back alive. So he does care, even if they do fight. And another free shelter. But yeah, the only reason I know that about the jerky, or at least I'm pretty sure, is because when I was younger, I had bought the jerky before coming here on one of my playthroughs, and then skipped out on the on doing that cutscene, and I believe I was able to give the jerky to these guys and skip that altogether. I can't remember for sure if that works or not. But when you go into your inventory and you look at items, let's see here, it will list jerky with the 2 next to it if you have the jerky bought from 1000 AD and then get the jerky from him as well. But anyway, yeah, I think that's pretty much all the time we have for today. Next time, we will move ourselves onto Zenon Bridge with the jerky in hand and see if we can use that, I don't know how much jerky, but use that jerky to feed the troops, and hopefully we can help them repel the attack from Magus, who's apparently sending troops to attack the bridge. Again, even though it's finally been fixed. But yeah, that's pretty much all for this one, and I'll see you guys next time.